Yeah, well, I live in Prescot and I'm up that way most days. And when I go past where he was being trying to be resuscitated that night, I just see him on the floor. I see these people around him. They're doing all sorts. I mean, there's one of the shops in that road brought out blue roll to try and stem the blood. It was horrible. We got told he'd been hurt, and we went up, and me and my husband drove up there, and we saw this blue and white tape. So my husband wants to duck underneath and go to Adam, and I was going to follow, and these two young police said, "Sorry, sir, it's a crime scene." He said, he's my son, and said, "Sorry, sir, we can't let you, it's a crime scene." So my son was a crime scene, and I couldn't even go over to him. It's heartbreaking. I want him to know that we were there. We were there with him. But these people that's taken him away from us, could it be the driver of that bike that night as well? He stopped and let the other one off. He did this to Adam. So we want evidence to put them away for a long time. I must say this though, our Adam can't come through the door anymore. How he used to be. We'll never see him again. But she could visit her son in prison. And he'll still have a life when he comes out, if he gets out. So I just want people to come forward. It's gone on long enough. We need peace, some peace. He was a lovely lad. He was caring, loving. Always give me a kiss and a big hug when he comes through the door. We did that with most people, didn't we? With those, even in Tesco. In Tesco, he'd come in and zoom in on us. And he was a lovely lad. He was hardworking. He had management ahead of him. He went out on that night as he changed his mind. He wasn't going to go out. Didn't feel like going out. But it was the one night where friends and family were meeting up. Because he wanted to make arrangements for his 30th birthday. He was going to get engaged to his partner. And there was our Luke, his cousin, was getting married in the summer of the next year. He was going to be a best man. So they just all grouped together, talking about that. And he had a good evening when he was out with these, But it's just... He's just hears so much. Yeah. Just his voice again, his laughter. It's just present, a hug. Yeah. Hugs. A smile. It's perfect for his close family, so we're quite a big family, aren't we? We get together on occasions. It's just how his own presence. You've just I don't know how people can appreciate it, but he was just a really nice boy. And I find it hard to call him a man because he'll always be a boy to me. He's a little bit, yeah. But he was just infectious. His laugh was infectious, and he had so many friends, and he'd settled down because he'd been all over the world, hadn't he? And done different holidays everywhere. And then he got his little dog, and then wouldn't go anywhere without his little dog. So it was always like in Devon or wherever he'd go away, he could take his little dog. His next occasion would have been his 30th. Yeah. And he'd already, because he has it planned, and he'd already text us to say he wants to go to Liverpool, and with that, it was Alma de Cuba, wasn't it? He wanted to go out, and he'd set up a message between me and him and Joanne, and he said, and it was about October, and I said, "What are you doing? Organising your birthday already? Not big Christmas?" So he was on the ball with anything like that, and this was his favourite time of year. He loved pumpkin picking, he loved Halloween, he loved Christmas coming up. He loved family time.
Oh, he did, yeah.
Had special birthdays, and his presents aren't there, are they? It's like, it's not the same. It's heartbreaking. Always want to be fighting for justice. If they see this and they think, been frightened to come, they can do it anonymously. Some big twigs, I don't know, it's just pleading, please help us, because we're just heartbroken. All our family, our children are heartbroken who could do this to their uncle. And trying to explain that to a child that was horrendous. Still is. We'll have to go through trauma therapy because they're being in that room and seeing it was like a war zone. It was. There was blood everywhere. It was on the floor. There was pools of it on the wall. It was just everywhere. And when I hugged him, when he left us, I had blood on my top, and it was his blood. I only threw the top away last year because I just wanted it with me. Because watching him jump up and down on his body, and his eyes had turned grey, not blue. He was beautiful blue eyes he had, and he was gone. Gone. Somebody murdered him. There's a murderer out there who needs to be behind bars, and we need justice for our Adam, and we won't stop. Be a man. Face up to what you've done. You need to be punished for what you've done. It'll never bring our Adam back. But you need to face up to things now. And enough's enough. We're exhausted. Otwan said before, we're exhausted. How does that person sleep? How do people who know him, his family, friends, how do they sleep knowing? How does he sleep knowing he's murdered somebody with cold blood? For nothing. Just fall asleep. He's so can't be a big man. So come forward. Just look at us. Well, bro, we are exhausted. If he's got a piece of a heart, we fight in that piece of a heart to come forward and serve his time for what he's done.
I was carrying the bleep that night, and it went off in theatres for a trauma team to arrive at Resus Trauma. So we all went down there, and as we arrived there, the staff stated that the estimated time of arrival was 2 minutes, and CPR was already ongoing, and it'd been a stabbing. So we set up the instruments and got ready, and the team were amazing. Adam arrived through the door, CPR was being performed, and he came into the trauma room, and you could see Adam's colour and things like that. It wasn't good. The surgeon, the team that worked on that night were amazing. The surgeon clamped the vessels off straight away. And then the A&E consultant came in and stated the family had just arrived and they wanted to come through. So they were brought through. It was only as the family were brought through, the girls I used to go to school with, I knew this family from old. And when it hits home, when you realise you know the family. I didn't really know Adam because Joyce had Adam later on in life, so I didn't recognise Adam. It was the girls I recognised, and the feeling I got through my body about recognising these girls and knowing the family from old, such a lovely family, like our own family. There was 2 girls, a boy, mum and dad, and we lived near one another. We went to school with them. It hit me hard. I was like, oh goodness. And then we were working so hard on Adam. I remember the A&E consultant stating to the family, we've done all we can now. We need to call it. And I just remember the screams that came from that family. And I was stood in the corner with the surgeon. Nobody knew that I knew the family because they'd only just walked in. But I remember them harrowing screams, and I'll never forget them. The trauma room was full. It was like a war zone. I remember Nicola and Joanne. They started to punch Adam. The monitors were turned off. And the girls started to punch Adam, saying, "Don't you dare die, Adam. Don't you dare die. You're stronger than this, Adam. Come on, Adam. Come on, Adam. We need you. We need you." And, that will stay with me for the rest of my life. Adam was from a lovely family. He worked at Tesco's. Like I say, I didn't know Adam personally, but I knew the girls from old. Used to go to primary school. And such a lovely, everyday, normal working family that this shouldn't happen to, and they shouldn't have to sit here going through this every year. They just need justice now for Adam and maybe put all this to bed. So I've come here today to see if I can help jog anybody's memories of what happened that night. Can anybody come forward? Somebody must know something. This guy may have children of his own now. How would he feel if this happened to one of his children now, or one of his family? Meeting this family here today has opened my eyes even more to how nice they are, and the fight goes on for them. And I just really hope they get justice today. I hope people can see this outside, normal working family, and, just come forward and do the right thing for the family. Let them get some peace from this.